Before we head into the video, guys, as you know, we're on the road to 1 million subscribers. So if you guys want to help me along that road and you happen to not be subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure you go down below the video right now, press that subscribe button and press the bell as well, so always notified when I upload a brand new video. Thank you so much for all the support on the channel so far. We're up to 800,000 subscribers now, which is just nuts to think about. Thank you for making that a possibility, and hope you guys enjoy today's video. Love y'all. Yo, what is up, guys? So I told you guys I'd make a video on this not too long ago, and here it is. So this is a training pack I made. And each shot you can kind of do different things with it, but so I'll pretty much go through each shot and I'll just tell you guys what I think you should try to work on, or you know, just go for. If you're brand new for the first time, this is a good one to practice air dribbles. And obviously you're not going to be able to do it perfectly every single time, but it's a good one to kind of get an understanding of how you should do it, and you know, slow down your first touch off the wall and just try to get around it. That's the main thing you should be practicing. Just do it over and over again, just the beginning part. Slow it down and try to get like good control on the ball. You don't need to go all the way. I just want to show you guys the beginning because that's the most important part of an air dribble. If you can get a good first touch, you can stay with the ball all the way downfield. It doesn't even matter. So practice getting a slow, light first touch like this and trying to stay as long as possible. And then once you get, you know, more consistent, more comfortable with that, you can practice pre-flipping into it and trying to get doubles off of it and stuff like that. So that's the main thing I would like to use this first one for if I was a newer player. And then once you get better and better, like I said, go for the double taps, go for the pre-flips, the air dribbles into the pre-flips, the double taps, stuff like that. Like, that's really good in comp because you're gonna have that flip that throws them off and gets over that second player that challenges you. So that's a really good thing to practice, and then it also helps you practice your double taps, which I think is a really good shot to you know, try to perfect as well. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole first shot. That's the whole idea of the first shot. You can even go off the ceiling if you want to, though. You have a lot of options with this. You're not really stuck with one thing you can do. A lot of different attempts. You can even go for like a weird like ceiling shot, musty or something weird. I don't know, whatever you want. You have a lot of freedom with the shot, and that's the whole idea of this pack, is to have a lot of freedom in different scenarios and trying different things. So I made this one the first because there's a lot of things you can practice off of it. So you can just load up the pack and you're immediately here. The whole idea of it. Triple reset into the next shot. It looked okay. I think we got a little bit too low to the ground, but it was still a good triple reset. But there you go. You can practice your double, triple flip resets as well off this. So it's a really good first shot. On to the next. This one, the whole idea of this, there's only really one way that you can do this, and the way it was intended to be done is you just wait for the bounce off the wall and you go for a double tap. So regular old double tap off the backboard, and that's a really good thing to practice in game, because if you have a lot of pressure, they're panicking, they're clearing it off their own wall, you could just go for a double and practice reading it in different ways. That's a really good shot to practice. Not much else to it, but that's something that happens a lot in game. Being able to do those consistently is really useful. Alright, so for this one, just another double tap, but this is a really big one that you should try to practice. It's a redirect into a double tap. So it's awkward because the ball's coming from behind you, and in a game, this is a really good one to go fast to, because normally someone's going to be challenging this. So you have to beat one person and then try to get a shot in. Not to make this shot very difficult, because you got to go fast at the first hit, and then you got to get a really good shot to follow up placement if you're in a high level lobby, because most people will save that kind of shot right there. Most people will save it if it was in. So you got to try to practice getting a fast shot of it like that. This is a really good one to practice. And if you're lower rank, you know, try to take it a little bit slower. Maybe don't go as quick to it and just get more comfortable just hitting the ball. You can even go for like a straight up redirect on these if you want to, if you're lower ranked, just like that. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just try to get it on goal and practice getting comfortable at navigating your car around the ball to hit the ball where you want it to be. All right, this is a pretty common read in games. This is a really big one to practice. I like to just float for these in game, because most of the time you have a lot more time to react to what's going to happen, and that would actually be a really sick goal. Holy dude, what did I just do? That would be a sick goal in game. I floated, got a double, hit it up, landed on the back wall, jumped off, and then back flipped it in. So yeah, this one I like to just float. That's the whole idea of it. You want to just float and just go for the read. Doesn't have to be perfect every single time, but this is one that end game, if you can read it, it's huge. And if you're up early for this, you're gonna beat the opponent to it, which is another plus. So whole idea of that is just read it off the wall, try to float to it, try to get comfortable at getting those wall reads as quick as possible, because you have to beat people to the ball in a situation like that. So just try to get as comfortable as possible. But that's pretty much that one. All right, this was just to practice air dribbles. It looks pretty basic, and it is basic, but it's something that will help you hugely mechanically, I think, because you have a lot of time on the ball here. You hit it up, get comfortable getting touches on it, and you have just a lot of space in general, obviously, from one side of the field to the other, so you can get really good at your control and going for just weird stuff in general, and just trying to make it, you know, as interesting as possible in terms of your learning experience, because you have a lot of options with this shot, which is what I love about it. So yeah, this is pretty much the idea of this one. Just keep going for air dribbles, double taps, flip resets, stuff like that. I like to go for air dribble, double taps a lot on these, just because that's a situation that pops up a lot in game. So that's something I like to try to do a lot. But in general, it's just good to practice your aerial control with the ball and just getting good at air dribbling in general. So that's a really good one to practice. And no matter what rank you are, you know, you can somewhat get better at card control using this shot. So this one, there's a few ways you can use this one. I originally put this one here to practice pinching, which I'm not going to get every time. I'll show you guys how long it'll take me to get this, because I'm not even good at these myself, honestly. I never really try them. But that was almost perfect, almost top corner. But you can get a pinch that goes in from here. And that was actually the idea of why I put this here, to practice this, because there are few occasions where that could actually get you a goal if you're low boost and you're kind of just rushing a play. That's almost top corner as well. But that's the whole idea of this shot. That's what it was at first. If you're lower rank, obviously this can be really weird for you, because you probably don't know about pinching yet, or like how pinching works. Almost in. I want to get one so I can show you guys what I mean. But what I want to show you guys is that you can do a lot with this shot outside of just pinching. But this is a fun thing to practice, for me especially, because it's not something that I get to do very often or even try to do. So that's an example of what it would look like, one of those pinches. But you can get it higher. Like, you almost saw me get it in like 3 or 4 times higher up. But what you could do if you're not going for pinch is just go for an air dribble. And you know, again, be creative. Doesn't have to be just a normal air dribble. You can be creative with it and do something weird. I like to go for double flip resets sometimes off these. It just makes it fun. I don't know. You have a lot of options, and I think that's why I wanted to make this pack so bad, because there aren't many packs that you have many options for shots. Kind of like a set in stone thing, and you have to just do it. But for this pack, every single shot has multiple options. That's what I love about it. So yeah, you can go for air dribble, flip reset, double flip reset, whatever you want. You have a lot of options with this. You can go for the pinch. You can even go for a ceiling shot off of this. Take your time. Practice as if you're in a game. Stuff like that. So a lot of options: ceiling shot, air dribble, pinch, all that good stuff. You can practice all that. Alright, this one again, you have the same options as the last. You can go for a pinch, which I got first try. That was actually my first try. You can go for a pinch, an air dribble, ceiling shot, the exact same stuff as the previous. You have a lot of options, and the ball's just in a different position. So yeah, just try to practice as many possible things as you can, and make it as weird for yourself as possible. Don't do anything too easy, you know. Try to make it as difficult as possible, as advanced as possible. Try to push your skill ceiling a little bit higher. Don't always go for the same stuff over and over again. Always try to, you know, learn new things when you get on every single day. Don't waste any time if you're trying to get better. Try to realize what you can do to improve. But yeah, this is a good shot, really good shot to practice air dribbles, pre-flips into air dribbles, ceiling shots, you know, whatever you want to try. You have a lot of freedom with this shot. It's a really good one to practice. Pinches as well. Alright, so this one's just a catch into a pre-flip air dribble across the map. That's the whole point of this one. That's the whole thing we're trying to practice if you're a high level player, because that's huge in high level competitive lobbies, because you really need to have this skill on defense. You can get past multiple people, and you kill a lot of time for your teammates to get boost. So pretty much what we want to do is just take a touch up the wall, get 1 or 2, and then just keep going. That's the whole idea. Whole idea of this shot, pretty much. And my air dribble into pre-flip there could have been a lot better, but you just want to get as many touches as possible going down the field, and just practice whatever you possibly can. So I'll show you one more example. Hopefully I'll do better. Better example, hopefully. So a little touch up there. There we go. That's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You touch up the wall to control, pre-flip out into an air dribble. At that point, it's probably over 1 or 2 people. And then I wouldn't have that much boost to go for a double, but that's just something that I like to do in the training pack. So for this shot, this is like the only shot in the whole thing. The whole idea of it is just to do one thing, and that's a corner double tap, which is a very hard thing to do. And it's going to be one that probably only high level players can do, but this is just what it would look like. I might mess it up. I probably will, but this is my first attempt at it, and I'll just try it until I get it in, so you guys can see how long it takes me. But it's supposed to be a corner double tap, And these are really good in high level play because people normally expect you to hit it off the back wall. Hitting it off the corner is just the perfect thing to do because normally people aren't just camping corner. If you hit it fast enough, they're not going to be there. So this is an example. So I missed that one, but I'll try to get one more. That's an example of it. I can do a lot better in terms of power and height and stuff like that, but that's just an example. That was my second try, and I got it. But that's the whole idea of this shot. I want to get a good one though, so you guys can see how nice these look. I want to get like a really fast one. It's hard to get like the perfect touch in this though. Like in game, I don't know. If you hit the perfect one of these, it would look so nice. That was really good. Top corner. Yeah, these look so nice. I've hit a couple of them in game, and it's like it's up there for me. That's like top 3 shot. If you hit this in a big match, top 3 best shots to hit. I feel like something about it, they're just so clean. That's really nice. That's the whole idea of it though. Hit it off that right corner and go for a double. Alright, so for this one, just an air dribble where you're close to the ball. Again, really good for your air dribble practice on your setups. So just keep on practicing your first jump. If you're new to air dribble, it's a huge thing to practice. Obviously you wouldn't use arrow right, so it'd probably just be like this. And just like that's fine. That's probably what your air dribbles look like if you're a lower ranked player, and that's something that you should practice for sure over and over again. Just get that first touch and just stay on the ball. That's all you gotta do. Try to stay on the ball as long as possible, but the first touch is the most important part. You want to have the ball stay right there. I can just stay with it the whole way. But yeah, once you get arrow right involved, it makes the whole controlling it much easier because you have a lot more options. It feels like arrow right's a huge thing to implement into your game. Yeah, you can go for ceiling shot off this too. There's really no specific thing you have to do off this shot. You can even go for double or triple reset, which I messed up, but you have a lot of options. All the ones that go up the wall like that, you have a lot of options, and that's the beauty about it. You want to have those options in your arsenal to be able to use them. That way when the ball's rolling up the wall, your opponent won't know if you're going to go for, you know, one of like 5 things. They don't know which one you're going to go for. Yeah, that's the whole idea of it. It's just a power shot. It's really nothing too special, but it's something that every player should know how to do consistently. And you know, practicing getting the perfect timing for like maximum power on shots is a huge thing. So yeah, definitely something you should practice. This is a shot that I would spend like 10 to 15 minutes on every day if you're playing this pack, because it's a really fun one. You can get really good at timing your hits and making sure it's under the crossbar. There's a couple things you can do. If you are a lower ranked player, I don't think you're going to be able to do the off the backboard redirect. So what I would recommend is just wait for the ball as if it's in a game, try to get around it and just take a shot. And that seems really simple, but if you're lower ranked, this happens in game more than you think, where it's an empty net and you have to turn around it. So it's a good thing to practice. But outside of that, if you're a high level player, you should practice a back wall redirect. That's the whole idea of this. So here's an example of what that would look like. I just did it, but here's another one where I use my flip properly. So yeah, that's the whole idea of this shot. Pretty much just a back wall redirect. You go up the wall as fast as possible. You're trying to act like you're beating a defender to it. Try to imagine an invisible defender there. This one is all about speed. You want to get up to the ball as quick as possible and go for a double tap off of it, or just go for a shot. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but you want to act like there's a defender up that you're beating to the ball. That's the whole idea. This one though, just going to the ball as fast as you can and trying to get a good double touch off of it, or just a shot off of it. Just try to go as fast as possible. It's just to practice your speed and your fast aerial mechanics. That's the whole idea of it. So if you're lower ranked, practice your fast aerials on this one. It's a really good one to practice. This is actually probably one of the most difficult shots in the pack if you're not comfortable with doing a forward canceled flip, to make sure you're going as fast as possible with your flip. And it's kind of confusing. I don't really know how to explain how to do it. It's just like the opposite of a half flip. But if you don't do that specific flip, you pretty much can't reach this. And it's just a practice being as fast as possible with your flip and boost. So I'll show you guys an example. If I do a normal boost front flip combo, you want to actually reach underneath the ball in time. If I boost all the way, you won't reach it. If I do a side flip combo, you won't reach it in time. There's no real way to actually reach it without doing what I'm about to show you. No matter what you do, really, You can hit the ball, maybe, but you won't ever be able to catch it. So I'll show you guys. The only way you could possibly do this is by doing the perfect canceled forward diagonal flip while boosting the entire time. And you have to catch it, and then you just gotta score. Just finish it off. That's all you gotta do. This is what it should look like if you do it perfect. So that's as fast as you could possibly go on that flip to catch it, and there's no other flip that'll actually reach underneath the ball in time. You guys can try it for yourself. Like I said, I'll link the pack down below. Let me know if you can do this shot without the cancel flip. I don't think it's possible. I tested it quite a bit when I was making it, so that's a really good one to practice your flips, making sure you're as fast as possible on them. For this last shot, pretty much you're supposed to replicate if a teammate passes from the right side like this, high up middle. You want to go for a double tap off this. I like to go for a flip reset double tap just to practice and make it weirder. But yeah, this is just an example. So there we go. That's pretty much the whole pack. The whole idea of every shot. Pretty much went through everything, and I hope you guys enjoy using this pack yourself. I think it's going to be a lot of help for a lot of you guys, especially if you're still practicing your mechanics and you're very new to practicing certain mechanics. It's going to help you out massively. Even me practicing this now, I feel like it helps me with certain things, like getting better at certain things. So definitely keep practicing, guys, over and over again, and you'll see a lot of improvements. I promise. This pack will help you a lot. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have yourself a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is when you're watching this. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. I love y'all. Peace.